Communication is the most over-theorized subject. There are all of those how to be a good listener ideas and how to tell if someone is a good listener. I wouldn't like to throw cold water on all of the thoughts, but many of them need to have some cold water thrown on them. They're very often actually misleading. For example, folded arms means guarded, cold, or whatever. Sorry, but I know a man who just seems to like his arms folded. He is articulate, he listens well, and generally carries very intelligent conversations on. He just stands that way. His folded arms mean only that he is more comfortable that way. So, what does a good listener look like? It really doesn't matter. A good listener is not identified by looking at her or him, but by the number of people who line up at his or her door to talk. I clarify communication into two categories. Number one, direct. Number two, indirect. Direct, as I classify it, is face-to-face. Some of the advantages are being able to see the effect of what you are saying and being able to clarify if there is a lack of understanding. Being able to convey thoughts that you're, through your countenance, how you feel about what you're saying, those are all direct. Indirect is by messages and memos and letters and Twitter and Facebook and so on. The advantage of indirect is being able to review what you're sending and making sure it is what you want to say and how you want to say it. I used to have an assistant who handled my dictation and correspondence. After transcribing some of my letters, she would often ask me if I really wanted to say what I had dictated in that way. That allowed me to review and often rephrase. Because it is written down, indirect can often provide personnel with exact procedures and policies better than face-to-face. Of course, sometimes that can backfire, like in the following fun story. It goes like this. A newly married British couple looking for a house in the country found one that they decided was suitable. On their way home, however, the young wife happened to think they had not noticed a water closet, and that, to those who are not Brits, is a toilet in the place. So she decided to write to the real estate man about it. Being very modest, she hesitated about writing the words water closet, so she referred to it as the WC. Well, the real estate man interpreted those letters to mean the Western Church near there, and answered her letter as follows. Dear Madam, I regret very much the delay in answering your letter, but I now take the pleasure of informing you that the WC is located about 9 miles from here and is capable of seating 1,266 people. This is very fortunate indeed. If you're not in the habit of going regularly, no doubt you will be interested to know that a great many people take their lunch and make a day of it. Others who cannot spare the time usually arrive just in time, but are generally in too big a hurry to wait if the place is crowded. The first time my wife and I went was 6 years ago, and we had to stand up all the time. It might interest you to know they are planning to hold a bazaar in the near future and to raise money for plush seats. I might mention that it pains me greatly to not be able to go more frequently. It surely is through no lack of desire, but as we grow older, it seems more of an effort, particularly in the cold. Sincerely. Enough said. Whatever communication system you use most frequently, do remember that you communicate all of the time, indirectly and directly. Do everything you can to see that the fidelity between what you mean and what you communicate are as aligned as good as they possibly can. See you next time.